what if it works and you didn't even try? You have to deal with the fear. You have to decide. You have to say, my regret if I don't do it is going to be bigger than the fear that I feel right now.
Do you see the invitation? There you
Yeah,
are.
now I don't know
Yes,
why
I.
I could. It says that you're not letting me in. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm here.
Okay, good. Hi, Myra. All
How
right,
are you,
so it
Eric?
did work. I'm
Yes,
good. Just, just meditated for 1 minute.
I was
Did that.
there.
Yes, then you meditated too. Good,
Yeah.
good. Okay, so very warm welcome, and just introduce myself real short. I'm Eric. I'm a life coach and hypnotherapist, and my mission and goal in life is to help as many people as possible to find their authentic self and and find love towards themselves, because I understand that that is true key to happiness. And this this Wednesday's conversations are mainly about RTT, rapid transformational therapy, but not only. This is just about how we all can help people. Hello, how we can help people with hypnotherapy, with coaching, with any kinds of support, with things like meditation, with modalities like well, there are so many modalities. And today, my guest is Myra. She also studied with me RTT, Rapid Transformational Therapy, created by Marissa Peer. This incredible transformative method to help people to understand their limiting beliefs. And today we're going to speak about career change, especially later in life. How is that? And Myra is going to share her story. I'm going to share mine. And let's just have a chat. We didn't prepare. This is going to be very interactive and spontaneous.
Yes, it will be. No, my story is well, it started up a couple of years ago. It was totally random.
Uh-huh.
I received a call from the school from one of my kids. And suddenly they said, yeah, your kid cries every day. Your kids need support. Your kid doesn't have any friends. And I was thinking, are we talking about the same kid? Because I didn't see this at home. But of course, you meet one side of your kids, and then the world sees another
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
And she cries, she doesn't have friends, she needs help, blah 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 blah. I started to look for a psychologist for my kid.
Mm-hmm.
This started end of October 2019
Right.
till today, 2022. I haven't still found any psychologist in Frankfurt that is available.
Oh my God. This is so true in Germany.
Yeah,
This is so difficult. Very difficult to find a psychologist, psychotherapist who's available.
it's super difficult. So I finally found one who had availability, and she had free in the afternoon, exactly when my kid could go. And then she needed some papers from the doctor, and the doctor said, no, 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 I take my time before I sign this. By the time the doctor signed the papers, the psychologist doesn't have free anymore.
No.
Yes. So I thought, maybe I can find, I was seeing Marisa in videos, and I was very familiar with her work. And I thought maybe I can find someone that practice RTT, and maybe someone that can help. And
Mm-hmm.
by random thing, I got into Marisa's page, and then I realized that I could be trained. And I was like, I'll do it myself. Why not?
Yeah, yeah, why
So
not?
it was totally random. It was not, and I did it not because I want to change careers or whatever. I did it because I wanted to help my kid.
Mhm.
Then, of course, it has been ups and downs. My kid yeah, she has ups and downs. But let's say that the trend is better.
Mhm.
And And now I'm thinking, when I see the happiness, now is a different kid. She's in a totally different moment that she was 3 years ago. Like I said, no friends, um, crying during the day and everything. And I see now that she has so many friends. She went to the movies yesterday with a bunch of friends. She's 11, by the way.
Wow.
and, and she's the president of her class. It's really
Wow. Impressive.
yeah, yeah, yeah. From no friends to now the popular kid.
To the president.
Yeah, yeah. Yes. And I think needed terms because now she's super popular. She's become
Wow.
a bit obnoxious now. She's now too much. And
So now she needs another session.
now, no, and now I'm thinking, then I thought, okay, let's do this. Let's use this for the common world. And now, especially with all the uncertainty that is going on in the world, I offered 10 sessions just, for whoever needed a help. And suddenly I had 15 people. I had booked my 10 sessions, and then I had people saying, can you help me? I suffer from depression. And then more serious thing, the people started to for confidence issues. And then suddenly I lost my kid. I was pregnant. I lost my kid, to some more serious cases. Now I'm booked until end of April, beginning of May. I'm helping all these people, and there's nothing that you can compare to the smile of the people when they finally realize where the problem is coming from, and how can they solve it, and how can they release all that old beliefs that they had, and just looking forward for a new future. This is really like, and I'm thinking, this is now you really contributed with something to society. Now you really have a meeting. Now you really, yeah, now I'm looking forward to more of those smiles.
Yeah, yeah, those smiles are very like you can't compare them with anything, right? That that
Yeah.
that face, that relief on their faces, that like when you see, I know exactly what you speak about because I see those faces after the sessions as well when they are just like surprised and relieved.
Yes.
Like kind of, I don't understand why, but I feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like they understand why they had the problems, but they don't like they can't really like grasp it, how it was possible to do this in like let's say 1.5 hours or 2 hours,
Yeah.
right?
It was a matter of I just had a session from 5 to 6:30 something, and it was 80. She was 39 weeks pregnant, so she was super pregnant. And at the end, she said, oh, I I never realized how what happened in my childhood could affect it right now. And I was totally paralyzed by the fear. And now I see that they shouldn't be, now,
Mm-hmm.
now everything makes sense. And that face on her the smile on her face, I was like, this kid that is going to be born next week or so, it's
Yeah,
gonna it's gonna have such a different mother.
yeah, wow,
So it's really unbelievable. This is
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
very
wow. Say that again.
it's very satisfying.
Yes,
Yeah.
especially actually just to what you just said about the kid and the unborn baby. um there is the knowledge now that the babies not only get the hormones, and they feel what the mother feels. Basically, they don't only get the chemicals that the mother body of the mother makes when she feels certain emotions. The baby actually feels those emotions.
Yes, 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 indeed, indeed. But imagine that baby, it would have been in totally different place if he was born last week than if
Mm.
than next week. It's
Wow. Yeah.
gonna have. she was talking to me, and she said, I feel paralyzed by the fear. And I don't know why. I cannot do anything. I I started a project, and afterwards I, I have anxiety, and I don't finish it, and I don't know why, but I just
Mm-hmm.
paralyzed. And I'm like, yeah, but you have a project, you have a baby coming in, you cannot become
Yeah.
fear. And that was she was afraid of that. She said, I want to be independent. I want to start my business. I'm having a baby. And I suddenly I'm like, shut down. I cannot do anything. I cannot move. I cannot.
Yeah.
Paralyzed. I'm terrified. And she
Yeah.
didn't know why. And it was so. It was. It was something that maybe she didn't had any trauma in her life. She was not victim of violence or whatever. It was just little things that happened
Mm-hmm.
that her mind said, that's it, you're shot for business.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna feel anymore, you're gonna be paralyzed, so you don't have hurt, you don't get hurt in the future.
Yes, it's a defense mechanism.
Exactly. And
Mm-hmm.
now she's like, yeah, the face changes. I cannot
Yeah.
explain. Change face, the face was totally different before and after the session. And this is
Yeah.
that not any other job in the world would give you.
Mm. So, and when did you decide to change your job, your career?
uh, when I started to see possibility about this, then when you're 20 years old, you choose your career based on maybe money, maybe what your parents think it should be good for you, maybe what is trendy or whatever. Then, but when you grow up and when you're 50, then your priorities changes, and then you started to evaluate more the time you spend with your family. You start to other things become more important. And and now that I see that I can have a job that is satisfying, it could be on my own terms and everything, I haven't changed. I still work from 8 to 4 somewhere else in something that is totally unrelated.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, what I had to do is, when I realized I have to change, I needed to update some of the skills. You need to go back to school, you need to study, you need to go you need to do all this training.
Yeah.
And this is what I started to do. And now I'm in the process of yeah I'm starting little by little to leave my normal 8 to 4 work,
Mm-hmm.
start something on my own with the RTT. I
Yeah.
done it. I have in my mind, because I'm studying epigenetic as well, and I wanted to combine two things.
Nice.
So I put a deadline in my mind that as soon as I finish the epigenetic training, then I will do the transition.
Nice. How long is the epigenetic training?
It's very long. It's very long.
Oh, is it?
Well, you can do it intensive and very fast in 6 months, or you can do it in a year. The thing is, because
Mm,
I don't have a medical background,
mm,
I started with what is a chromosome, what is a
sure.
histone, all these things, and then I go to chemistry for dummies. I update, and then I
Huh.
come. Then it's taking long to
Yeah.
getting there. I'm getting there. It's very
Yeah.
interesting. I love it. I love it.
Oh my God. I think I would love it too. I think I don't even want to start looking to that direction because it will just suck me in, I'm sure. I just read. I,
Because I thought, oh, this epigenetic thing sounds good,
hmm
and then 1 minute after, I was enrolling in the course.
I think that would happen to me as well. Exactly. Yeah. Last week we spoke about was it last week or the week before? I'm not sure. I spoke about Bruce Lipton's book, um, Biology of Beliefs.
Yeah.
And there, it's all about epigenetics and how our the change of our we can change our health by changing our mind.
Yes.
And that's incredible how we can actually change the readout of our genes.
Yes. Yes, it's unbelievable. It's I was, you know, I suffer from insomnia. I'm not very
Right.
good when it comes to sleep. And then I was during my course, it says one sleepless night, it can make the body to release so many chemicals that you can change the expression of some genes. And I'm like, oh my God, you know, it's an eye opener, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating
Hmm.
how you can change your gene expression just by sometimes by changing your thoughts,
Yeah.
doing meditation, adding exercise, for instance, or just maybe you're lacking of some vitamin. It's so easy. It's mostly changes in lifestyle that it would change
Hmm.
expression, and then it changed longevity
Incredible.
or yeah.
So it means if you thought for your whole life that it's in your genes to be whoever, let's say the engineer, because your parents were engineers and the parents of the parents were engineers, and now that's why you're an engineer, I'm an engineer. That's why this is the example. It doesn't mean you can't change it. You can.
Okay. Of course, there's some things that you cannot change, like the color of your eyes.
Actually, in Bruce Lipton's book, it says that people with multiple personalities, and there was also kind of, I heard, like, I don't know, there was this proven that it doesn't exist, the multiple personalities, or maybe that's not the right term. Anyway, he is using the term that people can change the eyes color when
Is
the
it?
personality changes.
That would be super interesting. That
Yeah.
would. I'm gonna do a meditation for myself, and I'm gonna say to myself every day that I have green eyes. Let's see how this turns.
Okay, okay, tell me then about it. Take pictures. Because otherwise nobody will believe you. Oh, well, they will say you have like, the lenses. They'll still not believe you. It doesn't
We,
matter.
we do it. We do it all in. We'll try. Uh,
Exactly.
but this is epigenetics. Is not about changing your genes. It's about changing the expression. It's about turning
Yeah,
on, off.
the readout.
Exactly. And like I said, it's something so simple. But anyway, my plan is that. That is my
Good.
plan is combining RTT with epigenetics, which I think
Mm,
like a perfect complement.
mm,
And I think my life is gonna be better. I think my life is gonna be under my terms, under my
yeah,
time. I'm gonna be helping people, which just really gives you a very profound satisfaction.
yeah, absolutely. And that's what I also see in my in my path, on my path. I'm also in my corporate job. I shortened it. It's now 50% of what I did before.
Yeah.
And it's enough because, well, just because, I mean, of course, the money is important. It's important to feed the family. It's important to pay for the rent. But I understood at some point that I need to feed my soul. I need to feed my heart, and that job never did that. Actually, like for me, I became an engineer, and very soon in my studies, I saw that I want to go more like I want to go closer to the human, to the people, right? I
Yeah.
wanted to help people. Actually, my first dream job was psychologist, and I never did that. So, and then that's why I changed from general engineering to medical engineering. And I studied medical radiology physics.
Wow.
That's where people like, yeah, heal cancer, for example. And, and then I started working for a company which makes heart implants
Ah,
later. Like that's like I was moving closer and closer and closer, and now I am still at a company which is making a new, a very novel heart implant which doesn't exist on the market yet, not
wow.
that kind, and I'm doing the risk management there. So, but this is not close enough to people. I see that when I speak with people and I see the change, as you say, change in their eyes, change on their face expression, how grateful they are, how they are not like they can't find words which would describe what they feel and how grateful they are. That is so fulfilling. And it's like one person at a time, right? And we change the world. And
Because the ripple effect,
yeah,
yeah, like you said, what person at a time.
exactly. And for people who are considering changing careers, right? But thinking, oh my God, I was in my job like for 15, 20 years, 25 years maybe. They might think that this is like lost time or lost effort, and I strongly disagree. I think this is all experience, and we can use that experience in the job which is in congruency with our heart. And I think I saw, like, once I saw a diagram which, like, there are three circles. One circle is do what you love. If you do what you love, and what you love doing also helps other people and contributes somehow to something which is bigger than you are, meaning, for example, helping other people in some way. It can be anything. You can be milking cows. That is also helping people, but you have to love it, right?
Yeah.
And then the third circle is, and you can also get something from it. Let's say money, right? Like if we speak about money or salary, because you can also get something back in other forms, and maybe
Yeah.
money is not for
Yeah.
everybody. If you have those three circles, that intersection, that's the sweet spot. If you can find that, then it's absolutely a reason to change careers.
Yes. Yes. uh, yeah, definitely loving what you do, it's a must. It's a must. You can be in a job that pays you well but being miserable there. And
Mm.
what is the point of every morning wake up and say, oh fuck, I need to go to work again, and it has happened, to me, and I guess to a lot of people, when you
To
when
me
you're
too.
going to work and being on the elevator, and you're next to your colleague, and then you're like looking at your colleague, and your colleague looks at you and he said, another day in paradise. No, I mean, it's like,
So many people have this, and
I,
but it's a bummer because there are people like at my job who love it. You see, it's their passion, and they're very
yeah,
valuable colleagues as well. That's wonderful. But so many other people, they're just sitting the time, they're waiting, they're looking at the watch, and then they're like running towards life. But if life is just 2 hours until they go to bed, and then next morning they wake up and they go again to the job that they hate or don't really enjoy, and not doing what they love, exactly how somebody says, Lenina, um, then it's just it's our time, it's our life. Why are we here,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Honestly, it's uh, I enjoyed my job for a long time, and I did it for many years. I still do it for many years, and um, and then I was in a company for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here, and I kept on working for the same company for 7 more years. And for some reason, I don't know, people think, oh, but I've been in the company for 16 years. It's like an asset. And for some reason, you think that being in a company for so long, it's like an asset, but it's actually not. It's a passive. It's something that is
It's a liability.
in preventing you from going away and looking for more fulfilling experiences.
Yeah, from evolving.
Exactly. You're thinking, no, 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 but I've been here. I'm fine. Let me just stay here because this is a familiar thing. This is what I know.
Mm-hmm.
I do well,
Mm-hmm.
and the mind tries to give you what is familiar to you. So being in this job is familiar. I know the people, I know this, I know the clients is fine. It's comfortable.
Yes, absolutely.
But then, of course, it might not be as satisfying as starting something different. Of course, it's terrifying to change job. Of course, it's terrifying. especially when you have kids, when you have to pay bills and school and whatever. Of course it is. But then what is the worst that it can? What's the
The
worst?
worst thing, I think many people don't actually even go there asking that question, because it's this question, people, if they ask this question themselves, then they kind of like as a mist, they kind of see something, like they're losing their house, they're losing everything, and sitting on the street with their kids who can't go to school because they can't pay any bills. That's the worst that can happen. But that's not doing the math.
Is it really? I mean,
Exactly. You have to do the math first.
you go. It doesn't work out. It was not what you thought. Then you come back and look for another job. I mean, it might
Yeah.
take you, but the what if? Can you live with the what if? That,
Mm-hmm.
what if it works and you didn't even try?
Yeah.
That is the
Well,
thing.
you know what I love? I love the expression, uh, who doesn't fail? The one who doesn't try.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
But okay, you failed. It didn't work out. It was not what you expected. You didn't earn enough, whatever then.
Yeah.
But at least
But now you know.
exactly. Now you know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
when I was younger, when I was in my 20s or something, and maybe someone about this story is joining the live conversation. Anyway, we had a
Good.
business for a business. For whatever, we didn't do it. And I am still until this day thinking that I'm so stupid I didn't even try. I mean, at the time, the circumstances, it was like it felt overwhelming, and we decided
Mm.
to cancel the whole deal. And it's been more than 20 years, and I am still thinking about it. Still thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, why did we try it harder? So, the what if it would have been, a good idea, and what if it worked? Is
Mm-hmm.
It was, yeah, I cannot live with another what if again.
Yeah, that's good. So now you're doing it, right? And I'm doing it.
Uh,
I
there's some steps you have to do before you.
exactly.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you to get to that. We have some nice takeaways today, which Myra prepared, and those are for people who want to change their career, who want to take a completely new path, and are not sure how to do that. So
So
let's
yeah,
go.
this is this is my case, my personal case, that I want to change like 180 degrees. That this is totally different industry, totally different
Mm-hmm.
everything. No. So
Same here.
so first of all, if you already decided to take the this take this huge leap of faith, then you have to somehow deal with the fear. You have to deal with the fear. You have to decide. You have to say, my regret if I don't do it is going to be bigger than the fear that I feel right now.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow you have to. Maybe you need an RTT session in order to just be more confident and do
To
it.
understand what is actually the fear. What are you afraid of and why?
Exactly. What is the fear? Where is the fear coming from? Maybe it's just a limiting belief. No. Then, of course, you need to know your why. Why you're doing this?
Yeah.
What do you want to accomplish? Know your why.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be realistic about this as well. You have to be realistic. You have to make your numbers. You have
Do the math and check the
to
facts.
consider all the scenes possible, all the outcomes that could be possible.
Mm-hmm.
Consider doing it as a part-time at the beginning. maybe you can the waters like this. If it's you can maybe work on your projects on the afternoons, work on your project on the weekends, and test the water. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like some people do the mistake that they burn all the bridges behind them and just say like, okay, now I've calculated everything. I'm starting today and I'm quitting my job and I'm doing this. And then something happens, life happens, something, whatever, like, something like COVID or whatever. You can't calculate for everything.
Yeah.
And then they can't just go back or they can, but then it takes more time. And that's why part-time is a good idea.
I mean, it's
And
20. I mean, if you're 20, I would just say just
yeah,
of faith and just
yeah.
off the airplane and expect the parachute will be there and open up. Yeah. But when you have more responsibilities, when you have family depending on you, then testing the waters, doing it part-time, why not? And then that would help you be more confident and, you know,
And then maybe there is also the question, how long should you do that part-time? And there I have an idea, and then please share yours. My idea would be to see that you can remain or have your head above water for at least 3, but better 5 months with the new career, with the new job. Then you can let go of the other one. What do
yeah,
you think?
yeah, that would be good. I think it's personal for everybody. I think it depends on the situation, on your situation. It depends on how much do you have saved. It depends on how high are your bills. You know, it depends on,
Yeah,
or it would depend also on um, my own personal, my own personal way to do it right now is that I did my numbers. I think I'm confident enough to do it part time. My deadline is mostly regarding my other training, the epigenetic training. I
right.
really do it when that is the goal I have. So it's personal.
When is that time-wise? Did you already decide?
I think
You didn't. I asked you before, but you kind of slipped away from the answer.
no, it's fine. I said I put in my mind. I said April can be May because, like I said, is the modules are long
Mm,
and my I need to, I needed to update another skills. I needed to go back and research chemistry and research
mhm.
biology and all this. I had to do biology for dummies. At the same time, I'm jumping into the epigenetics.
Yeah,
So I think in my mind, I would say May is realistic.
yeah. Okay, cool. So that's there's like something like accountability partnership or accountability group. So here there are right now 10 people plus me, 11. We all heard it. No pressure though. But when you say things aloud, this is a command to the subconscious mind, right? So now you said it, and your subconscious mind will do everything for you to actually push through and get to it.
No, but actually it works. Actually, it works because I put in my mind that I was going to study this at least 45 minutes every night.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I don't do it, then the next day I have an hour and a half.
Yeah,
So so I'm really trying to do it the 45 minutes a day, and sometimes I'm very tired, and sometimes life happens, and sometimes I need to go somewhere or whatever,
sure.
and uh, and I feel so bad when I don't do it. I really try to make up for the time that I didn't do it because I already have in my mind that it has to be like this, you know?
You know why you feel bad? That means, or you feel bad, that's because that became your habit. That is already your habit. That's why you feel bad. If you didn't, then it wasn't a habit yet.
Well, it is definitely
Okay?
because I feel awful when I don't.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, today I didn't do it, and I'm not gonna get to April. This is my get
yeah,
to,
yeah, yeah.
and so I last Sunday, for instance, I was like for 2 hours just to make up for whatever I didn't do in the past.
Mm,
But
okay.
yeah,
Okay. So what's the next point? Takeaway point.
update your skills.
Right. Invest in yourself
Invest in yourself. See if some of the skills that you have are transferable,
from your first job, from your
or
yeah,
your skills that you personally have. No,
yeah, absolutely.
rebrand yourself.
What is that?
Well, for me, people knows me as my previous job. They know
Right.
it. They know the clients I handle. It's a job that I've been doing for the last 25, 27 years or whatever. They know me as a broker.
Hmm.
And now suddenly, that is something I want to leave behind. That is,
Yeah.
uh,
But people have that picture of you, and now you have to change the picture.
yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So how am I trying to do? I took the courses. Um, I am educating myself. I investing in myself. I am learning. I am studying. And then what I'm doing as well is just to show the people that I really take this seriously. I am joining some associations.
Hmm.
So, for instance, the International Association of Counselors and Therapists, the
Hmm.
IAC. You have to pass a test in order to be a member of the organization or whatever. But then you have to do it. I mean, you do it. You do a short test, you pass it, and now you're a member of this association. So somehow it gives you credibility. The people who knows you as your previous job now is like, oh, okay, but you have the qualifications. It's not that one day in the morning I realize I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah.
Prepare yourself for that, and then you prove it. You kind of,
Mm.
yeah, you prove it. You have to
Hmm.
earn your credibility. I would say.
Yeah.
I would say.
Hmm.
So certifications, studying everything, and then you have to get the people to know you as your new as your new.
Self.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Update your resume, of course. It's more or less what we've been talking about, and know your timeline.
Yeah.
Know
Yeah.
and try to
That's that's where I think coaching can be very helpful, like to putting a timeline line together, but also yeah, to keeping up with that timeline, and then maybe adjusting it a little bit, and not being frustrated if it doesn't work out, because that's fine. It can be adjusted, because you can't know everything in the very beginning. You can't know how long will every single step take. But having a timeline and having planned for some time in advance, that's very
yeah.
important. That's crucial, actually.
No, but it's great to have a coach. I have mine. I have someone that is like,
Yeah.
so I
That's what we do.
I I meet with him every Sunday, and sometimes on Friday I promised that I was gonna do this, that. No, I'm gonna do one, two, three things, and then it's Friday, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I didn't do number three,
Right.
and my homework number four is kind of Friday. I say I better do it, and you
Hmm.
ask and really get to do it, because you know that the person is going to ask you on Sunday
Yeah.
if you
They're holding you accountable also.
exactly. So I would recommend to have someone that
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, in coaching, like what the way I do it, for example, like I've learned life coaching from an ICF accredited school here in Berlin, and what we do is there are like two kinds, I would say, two kinds of clients that we have, or I have. The one kind is they want to work like with a psychologist, like with some kind of um, let's say like mental questions, emotional questions, where I would now more suggest to go more in RTT as well, because one RTT session would be as well as about 10 coaching sessions, because
Yes.
coaching is really good, but you are working with the conscious mind. And the other kind of coaching and the clients are who want to, especially who want to change careers, or who want to do the work life balance, to see that that works out, or to just meet their goals. Want to learn to set goals and to meet them. And that's exactly where those tasks come in place. Like, we set a goal, that the end goal, but then we see in every session, we see like, what task do you want to do to bring you one step further to your goal? And I would never say what those tasks are. Like, I can, and that would be counseling though. But coaching is rather like supporting you, finding your steps, and then asking you, are you really investing or going to invest in that? Do you really want to invest in that? And what exactly are you going to do? And when exactly do you want to do that, right? And if you're not really motivated, and if you don't think that that's realistic, then we're dropping that, right? So it's not about like, I'm the teacher, I'm telling you, you have to do this until, right? So, but every coach is different there.
No, but I think the coaching business is very underestimated, because a lot of people will go to a coach looking for answers, thinking that the coach is going to give you an answer, or is going to give you a hint of how to do this or what to do. And not a lot of people realize that it's a job that you have to do yourself.
Yes.
Just there to guide you.
Yes.
But it's not your father, your mother, your teacher, your priest. Is Yeah, it's very misunderstood.
It is.
I have people that are like, oh yeah, but you're not telling me what I need to do, what I need to do, what I need to. And I'm like, it happens with RTT as well. When you say to the person, do you realize how these are affecting this, how your
Yeah.
future? No. And sometimes it's just so, and I can tell them, but that wouldn't be the same as if the person discovered for themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're there to guide.
Yeah.
You're there.
Because if you see your answers, then they will sink in, and they will stay with you after the coach is not there anymore, or the therapist. They will stay with you because you found them. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's a very satisfying job, I would say.
Absolutely.
The work with people and making them change for good and reach their goals, or get rid of whatever, whether it's RTT or it's coaching or whatever it makes a person to turn into something better for them. Is the best job that you can have in the world.
Absolutely. It's very satisfying, and it's just like, it stays with you. Like, it's like the money is, yes, it's important, but once spent, it's not there anymore. But every story, it just stays in your heart. That's how I feel it.
But even the money, a lot of people said, oh, but how many people do they spend years and years in therapy?
True.
I don't know, 100 euros per session, 150 euros, whatever, for years, once a week or once a month or whatever. And with RTT, it's just one session or maybe three, depending on the complexity. And it's very satisfying, because I think when people come to you, it's people that they tried everything else before and nothing worked. It's like I found RTT because I was trying for a psychologist and I couldn't find it. RTT was last resource. And sometimes you're like, I don't know why RTT is not more well known in the world. It's just one session, you're gone.
Well, I'm sure it's going to take the world by storm. And that's what it's doing right now
It should
with
be.
us.
Marisa is a genius.
And we are doing it right now. We are spreading the word, and with each and every client, we are helping every time one more person, and that one more person will speak about this with their friends and family. That's how it's going to spread. I think good things and really helpful things, they can't otherwise than spread themselves out like a virus, but a very good one. Because something which doesn't work, people wouldn't speak about, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think it was really wonderful. And thank you so much for all the points that you found for us.
Anytime. I like sharing my experience. This is what I'm doing. If someone would
Yes,
find that helpful, I'm here to for help to help.
absolutely. Yeah. How can people find you? Do you have a website or the Instagram, obviously?
Yeah, no, I am opening my website is running, but it still needs to do some changes. It's myepicmind.com.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you very much, Myra. And I can be found at teatimecoach.com. And thank you everybody for joining. And yeah, have a wonderful, lovely evening and night.
Enjoy your evening.
You too. Bye
Thank
bye. All the kids are coming. Bye.
God. Yeah.